Hey guys, Dr. Brian Opp here from Opp Family Chiropractic right here in St. Francis. And today we're going to be talking to you about a neurotransmitter, a chemical that's in your brain and mostly in your gut called dopamine and its effect on your everyday life. So often people talk about cortisol, but when we're talking about cortisol, we can't forget about dopamine because dopamine is just as important as cortisol. So let's talk about kind of this bell curve that I often talk to patients about. So we have low dopamine, we want to be in the middle, and then we also have the high dopamine. So on the low dopamine, we have ADD, depression, low motivation, and this is where addictions lie. So addictions are those ways that we help increase dopamine, okay? On the other end, we have anxiety, high blood pressure, racing thoughts, and that's insomnia. So those are the times when people can't really, they have so many thoughts running through their head, they can't think clearly, where the other side is like that brain fog. They can't form many thoughts. So how does this affect your everyday life? Well, obviously, when we're talking about low dopamine, those are the kids that have to get up and move around when we're talking ADD, ADHD. So one of the big things that we often use with patients with this is just a simple amino acid called L-tyrosine. That is great at helping build dopamine. So you can also use it for getting, helping with addictions, that low motivation. So as we build that dopamine level up to get more into the middle, those are some things that we like to do. Then that allows us to go to the weight room to improve our strength, to help with that dopamine level even more. So those things are what we often prescribe to our patients to be able to help build that up. B complexes, B vitamins are also another big thing that we'll use. Some other adaptogens that are really helpful in that case as well too, that we'll use certain formulas to help with building that low dopamine issue. So you can have more motivation to do things. You don't have to, fidget around. You can think clearly. You can, sit down for, a good amount of time to be able to read a book, study, do all those things. This is where the ADHD medications come in play because people use them, especially college kids, to be able to help to stay focused, later at night to be able to study and plow through a lot of things. High dopamine, this is our anxiety. So you see how I've separated anxiety and depression because I think they are two different things. Anxiety, you're going to have that high dopamine. You're always redlining. You can't keep your thoughts clear because there's so many running through. You have so many lists you're trying to, accomplish, all those types of things. High blood pressure, when our dopamine goes up, cortisol will go up as well too. So there's our high blood pressure. Those racing thoughts, middle of the night, you get that dopamine rush and that cortisol rush. And then insomnia, obviously, because you just can't shut your brain off. So you're just constantly thinking about things. So we use different things for that. So you can't treat the same person the same way, right? So this is where we're going to be using things like ashwagandha, cordyceps. I love a product called Stress Essentials Relax, which has taurine in it. I love taurine for help calming people. My favorite thing of all is to use L-theanine. I like to use a stress reset where we use L-theanine every hour for about seven days straight, so that you're awake to help really just calm you. It doesn't make you sleepy at all. Sometimes we'll use melatonin, later on at night to be able to help with that. But so these are the things that impact, this area, this end here. This is when people stay tight. When they come in, they don't hold their adjustments because they constantly are just tightening up on their body. This is the low muscle mass, the low contraction of the muscles. They just don't have a lot of energy to be able to do that. So we need to build those people up, and we need to help take these people down. So these are the types of people that we see in our office all the time. It used to be that I saw more of these people, but now I see a lot more of these people who are just exhausted, right? They're drained. They've stressed so much that now they've depressed themselves so much there at that point in time that we need to build them up. And it takes a little bit more. This side also, people are fasting. I had a patient, come in. I have lots of patients come in who skip breakfast, right? Please do not skip breakfast. That is, essential for you to be able to get out of this hole, for you to be able to do that. Also, if you drop your blood sugar, you're going to get anxious. You're going to get sweaty. You're going to get dizzy. So had a patient, this morning actually who had that issue, and she needs to eat more. She was going 14, 15 hours without eating, with sleeping overnight and then not eating until about 10 o'clock when she got up at 5:30. So, you need to eat every 3 hours at least, if not, getting some kind of snack every 90 minutes if you are living on this end here. We need to build that blood sugar back up, get those nutrients and that energy level up. So if you guys are dealing with either one of these, we see both of them. Give us a call. We get them adjusted. They hold their adjustments better when we incorporate some of the functional medicine that we do here as well. Thanks, guys.